Thanks for joining me today with Stamping with Loretta. Today's video is actually for your paper pantry. We are going to totally revamp the die-for swap over there, and I hope you'll join us. The information is going to be down below in the description bar as well as on my blog. So I hope you check us out, but this is for that swap so you can kind of understand how this is supposed to work and what you should and shouldn't cut from and with. This swap is designed for those individuals who have steel ruled die cutting systems like Sizzix and the Big Shot and AccuCut, Wizard, all of those. It's perfectly fine to cut Wizard dies. The Spellbinders dies are perfectly fine, but it's what you cut them from. You don't want to cut them from lightweight paper. It needs to be at least thin cardstock, like a cereal box. And we're going to get into that too, so let's get started real quick. Okay, now, sorry, my ear's itching. My allergies are better. I caught a cold and I was down for a week. It was awful, and I'm starting to feel better though. Now, this is a Sizzix large die. I've had it forever and I don't see ever not having it. I really use it for a lot of different things. They make great charms. But you may think that this is a large die. It is, but I would consider these to be small die cuts. So when you read the rules for how many die cuts for the small, this entire die, you're going to cut it however many times you're supposed to. Now, once you're finished cutting it out of the required materials, then what you're going to do is you're going to put it in a baggie, all the little pieces, and you're going to put your name on the baggie and put it in the box or the envelope that's going forward to the next person. Okay? And these are Spellbinders dies. Oh, can you see that, sweeties? Okay, there we go. And these are also perfectly fine to cut from. Now, this is regular corrugated cardboard. It is not that thick. I think you guys can see that. And it's flexible enough to go through your die cutting machine. Never ever force something through those machines, ladies and gentlemen, okay? This is acetate. This is actually the packaging from one of the Sizzix dies. I save them and I cut them into these kind of pieces and I keep them in a basket and I use them. They're great ghost shapes. They're just fun to use. They're great for scrapbooking pages. Okay, now this is basically the weight of a cereal box. Now, I ordered this heavyweight. It's, like I said, it's heavyweight cardstock. It's cereal box weight, so it's not real heavy, but you get the idea. So I have a bunch of this because, like I said, I ordered it, but you can cut from this. Now, I do not have right now any metal, any cuttable metal, like the soft metal from Ranger Industry has some. You can cut tinfoil in your die cutting machine as long as it doesn't have a sharp edge, so that when that person goes to get their die cuts out and replace them, they don't cut their hands. You know, it's just kind of common sense, folks. We all know that. Now, this is a very small die. Is this okay to cut? Yes, it is. There's the little shoes from the Sizzix die from back when they had the little bitty dolls, and I still have the shoes because of their shape. I actually use them for a couple other things, but one day I might show you that. Now, this is considered a medium die from Sizzix, but it's actually, if you're going to cut something like this, it's going to be considered small, okay? Alright, I'm dropping things today. Now, this is a Sizzix big die. This would be considered, even though on the instructions it says 6 inches, even though these die cuts aren't 6 inches, they are large. And so this would be okay. As with this is a Sizzix butterfly. And this. Now this is a Stampin' Up die, and this is the, I think it's milk carton, yeah, it's milk carton. This would also be considered a large die cut. As these. Do you remember these? I still have all of mine in the clamshells. I really should take them out because I think the clamshells take up a lot of room. If anybody's interested in buying clamshells, just email me. This is also considered to be a large die cut, okay folks? Now, what I want to do next, since I've already kind of taken you through what's what, I'm going to turn off the camera and I'm going to gather up some things and I'm actually going to cut a starter kit. Now, we're going to rename the group to the Cutting Room Floor. How appropriate, right? I mean, we have such fun names for swaps already. Why not do this one really fun? I want you guys to participate, and I want you to enjoy it. Now, there are a couple things you need to remember. I'm not preaching at anybody because I'm just as guilty sometimes as everybody. I'm not perfect. Thank God. Okay, if you are a smoker, please do not smoke where you craft. If you do smoke where you craft, then take those items outside and let them air out so that they don't smell cigarette smoke. So many folks complain about that smell, and it's just offensive to them. I know personally, to me, I do not appreciate something coming to my home that smells like cigarette smoke. My husband is a cigar smoker, which many of you know. He smokes outside, and so I do not have to, and I do like cigar smoke, but I don't have to be around that. And the other thing is that if you have animals, which you guys know, we have 3 little dogs, I make sure that our pets are not on me or near me when I'm crafting, because a lot of people are very allergic to pet dander. And I will give you my own personal example of that. I personally am very allergic to cats, to the point to where my eyes start to swell up and my throat starts to swell up. Last time I was around a cat for more than 5 minutes, I ended up having to get a really big bolus of Benadryl to calm things down. So it's not any way, shape, or form some be mean, because I definitely don't want to come off like that. I just want to remind you that, you know, there are sensitivities, and since we're all great swappers and we have this great community together, I just want to put that out. So like I said, I'm going to turn this off for now, and I'm going to get the starter kits done so you can see what it's like. I'll see you soon. I will tell you what I'm going to show you isn't all that's going to be in this original package. I'm going to send a little surprise along everybody who participates in this first swap, whether it's 6 or 8. I will, once I know how many players I'm going to have, then I'm going to have at least 2 other very large treat boxes that you guys can just take one of a piece, and don't take more than one of the extra stuff, okay? That's just for you guys to say how much, I should say, for me to tell you guys how much I appreciate you swapping with me. Okay, so this is what I've done. These are my small bags. Now, this one is a Sizzix heart, okay? This is actually an Ellison that cuts die. And since these are so small, there are 3 hearts on this die. So what I did was I put them in individual smaller baggies like this. And they're labeled like with a number. Now, every single one of these plastic bags that have die cuts in them, as you can see with this one, has the size, which is small in this case, what it is, how many, and my name. Okay? So when you get the bag and you take some out of this, you're going to put in a different bag with your name, the name of the die, so that we can keep up with this, okay? Now here's another one that I'm putting in. This one is the small, and it says 12 pieces, Sizzix Butterfly by Loretta. Hold that a little bit. Guys, I'll have to excuse my red face. I have gotten quite warm doing this project. And here's another one. These are the Sizzix bats. They've been retired for a long time. It's one of my favorites. Okay, now I will also tell you this. The sizes are just very quickly about the sizes versus the size of the die. Now, most people do have a Big Shot or an Ellison die cutting system, and for that reason, keep it kind of standard. If it's a large die, it's a large die cut, unless the die cut itself is small. I hope that makes sense. So this is what I mean. This is a large die. It's a Sizzix teapot die, and as you can see, once again, it says medium Sizzix teapot. It says how many pieces, and it's got my name on it. Okay? But this is not a big die. Well, the die is big, but the die cut is not. So that kind of helps you out there. Same thing here. This is where I was telling you about the acetate. I am going to redo this bag because I think that it needs to go into another small little one of these. So this is cut from acetate, as you can see, and this is a two tags are on one die, so that counts as one cut, not 2. Okay, and like I said, I'm going to rebag that. And then this is the same thing. This is a medium Sizzix die. This is the retired dress and accessories. And there are 8 bags inside with all the pieces. So you just pull out 1 bag or 2 or however many you want, and then you replace it once again. Okay, now these are what I consider to be large dies, and this one is the Sizzix from Steaming Up, the top note die. It says large. Again, it says how many pieces and my name. Each bag, okay? Now, here's another one. This is a retired crescent die from Sizzix. It has my name and the number. And then one more. This is the butterfly. And this is also a Sizzix die. Okay? So, with that being said, I hope you're going to join us on your paper pantry for the cutting room floor, the new die cut swap. Now, if you are interested in getting some dies that are not in the package, you can email me. I'll have the email down below or somewhere in the video as usual, and on the blog you can also email me that way. That way, if there's something you're looking for and it's in my collection, I'll be happy to cut those for you at a very minimal cost. Basically, it's going to be my materials plus shipping, okay? And it's usually like under $5. It's just not that expensive to ship these things. Now, these are going to go into a medium flat rate box so that as it goes around this round robin, then the next person can open the box, take out and put back in, and then continue to use that box throughout the round. I'm looking forward to this leaving, and I'm looking forward to coming home. So have a great day, everybody. Stay happy. Be a blessing. I'll talk to you later. Let me give you something to look at. I'll see you soon.